Alright guys, I want to talk to you for a little bit in this review about a little item called the RavPower. This is called the Element Series Power Bank, and it's a 10,400 milliamp hour portable battery that you can take with you to charge certain items. Now, I was contacted by this company, and they said they wanted to send me one to try out for field testing and review. And at first I wasn't for sure if it was something that I was going to be interested in or not, but I have to say that after using this for a while, this is something that I come to find is really handy. And not long after getting this, there's an idea I thought of about using this for that made this worth its weight in gold pretty much for a guy that does YouTube videos, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. We get in there, but it's just a standard box here, and it says this lasts 500 charges, and you can do iPads, cell phones, and as well as other things. And I'll get into some of the other things here in a little bit, but I'm going to open the box, and I already have the item out of here because I've been using it. You know, I wanted to test it and see how it worked before I talked about it. Okay, so it comes with some manuals, some books here, and warranty card, and then this little bag here, like a little velvet material bag that you can put it in it, you know, itself. Then it comes with two of these. I guess just you could keep these in two different places. This is what actually charges the RavPower unit itself. So here it is. This is the RavPower 10,400 milliamp hour battery, and I'll go over a couple of things with you about this unit. First of all, you can see here that there has a little button on here you press, and these lights tell you how much power that this has left in it. And I'll tell you guys, this little thing is a beast. Okay, it's a little bit thicker, about the same size as a cell phone. It's a little bit shorter than like a smartphone, but it's a little bit thicker than a cell phone. And right here, these indicator lights tell you how much power is left in this, and this will decrease as it uses power. Here it has two plug-ins down here. This is to charge things that are 1 amp, and this is to charge things that are 2 amp. This would be like for any of the like iPads or notebooks, and this would be for your cell phones, the 1 amp, and other things that I've been using with this that I'll tell you about here in a minute. Okay, so the first thing that I tried the RavPower on was my iPhone 5. I'm going to plug this in and demonstrate to you right now how this works with this unit. You plug this into the 1 amp side right here. Then you can take and plug it in the other side into your phone, and there, as you can see, it starts charging the phone. Now you can have two things in here at once. So you could have the iPhone charging over here on this side and then put in an iPad or anything else that can use the 2 amp charge. You could put it in on the other side and have two things going at one time. Okay, so what I come to find is it works very well for the phone. And when I was trying this out, most times what I was doing was I was letting the iPhone get down to where it was pretty much ready to shut off on its own. I'm talking like a 4% battery life left. And at about 4% battery left, I was plugging it into here and seeing how this would do. Now, it wasn't denting. It wasn't even making a dent in the power of this thing. And I was using this on the charge that it came with from the factory. I don't know how long it had been sitting on that charge, but I was using it on the charge from factory, and this thing was just a beast when it come to charging the phone. Now, I got I'm thinking 3 complete charges and about another half charge, as well as a couple other things which I'm going to tell you about now. So first of all, I'm going to show you something else that you can charge with this, and that is the Bluetooth. Now, this Bluetooth takes a little bit different USB cable. It takes the one with a smaller end on it that plugs into the top there. So all you would do is take the side with the USB, plug it into the 1 amp side, and then plug this into the Bluetooth headset here. And now this is fully charged already, but you can charge this with this unit as well. So pretty much anything that's USB, that your USB cord plugs into, that it can service a charge to, you can charge in this. Okay, now I will tell you what I want this unit for. Mainly, being a guy that does videos and YouTube videos and things, is I've come to try this on and it works very well. And that is my GoPro Hero 3. You know, since I knew that this takes a USB cord, you know, that I can charge this by using the USB into the computer, or I can put the outlet on the end of the USB cord and plug it into the wall, the idea hit me, because the battery on this GoPro Hero 3, I've come to find, doesn't last as long as I would like it to. So the nice thing about this, about the RavPower, is that I can plug it in here to the GoPro. Keep in mind I have on a skeleton case, guys. You might have to take yours out of the case to plug in the cord, but I've got the skeleton case on the GoPro. And then I can just take this and plug it into the RavPower. I'm using the 1 amp side. And now it powers my GoPro. So not only will it charge the GoPro, but if I'm using the GoPro, I could have this attached while I'm out walking or out doing videos, and this would take over and is now my battery. I now have a 10,400 milliamp hour battery connected to the GoPro, which is going to make it last many times longer than it would without this. I mean, the card I have in there would well be filled before this battery would ever run out on you. So you can directly power your GoPro with this. So if you ever have an occasion where you're out and see, I have a very large size micro USB card in here, but that micro USB card does me no good when I just have one battery that I run, the battery that comes with it, and that battery may last me an hour or a little more. Okay, so I plug this in. Now I'm powering the GoPro as I use it. So I could record right now and the little battery indicator light is blinking, and now I have all of this power as well as the GoPro 3 battery power to use this on. Now, I believe when I got this from factory and opened it, I believe that I used it on the cell phone 3 times, maybe 4 times, but one or two of the times the phone wasn't all the way dead, but I know a couple of times the phone was almost ready to shut down. And then I also charged the GoPro Hero with it twice. And on the second time I was charging the GoPro Hero 3, this did finally expend all of its power. Now when you do charge this, each one of these indicator lights blinks. So if you ran this down to 0, the indicator light will blink on the first bubble, and then when that one's charged, or then when it's got that much power, that'll stay solid, and then the second bubble will start blinking blue, all the way up until the 4th bubble is solid, and you'll have 4 solid lights, and that's when you know that this is charged. Now the great thing about this is it only costs, I believe, $33 on Amazon. So for me, even though most people are probably going to use it for their cell phone, which is great, because if you were to go camping or something and you were going to be out from home for a while and you might be in a situation where you need to rely on your phone, you now have something that would give you, which is the wrong connector to connect that in, of course, you now have something that's going to give you multiple hours on your phone. And you could have a cell phone out there for days out in the wilderness and never have to worry about losing power if you have this in your backpack. Now this is just slightly heavier than an iPhone, and I'll compare the sizes just so a lot of people know what an iPhone looks like, so I'll compare it. It's shorter than an iPhone and it's just a little bit wider as you can see right there, than the iPhone 5. But guys, I'm telling you, if you're going to be out somewhere and you may not have a power source, this is going to get you through. I mean, can you imagine if you was out in the wilderness, how many days this would last you if it'll charge an iPhone 5 times fully? How many hours of talk time, texting, and different things this one battery pack charge will give you for an iPhone. So you could throw this in your backpack, and it's not going to add a lot of weight, and it's not going to add too much to the system, and you have all that power for days and days and days. But what I like it for is, like I said, the GoPro. To directly power a GoPro, if you are a YouTube video maker and you have a GoPro, to me, the Achilles heel, the biggest downfall of my GoPro is the battery. I can have a 64 gig card in there, but this camera is only as good as the battery. So being able to connect a 10,400 milliamp battery up to this thing and power it or charge it whenever I want is just awesome to me. So alright guys, that is my review of the RavPower 10,400 milliamp hour battery. They run about $33 on Amazon, I believe, so you can look it up over there. And just thought I'd let you guys know, if you got a if you do videos and you're using a GoPro, this could really come in handy if you're going to spend a day out at the outdoor shooting range. Alright guys, until next time, this is H4T, and I am